used to do this and spy on people. What are you doing?
You used to do what?
This is Google Maps, right? Or Google
Earth, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you got to tell me this story. How did you spy on people with Google Earth?
Well, you can like go to people's addresses, or I used to go to like my old addresses. Or...
Your old boyfriend's addresses?
Oh, maybe.
And do what?
I don't know. Just check it out, check the scenery.
Yeah, because you don't see it live.
You don't?
No, it's not what's happening right this second. It's not live. It's not like you can see their cars in their driveway. You could see cars in their driveway when the image was taken, which could have been 2 years ago.
Huh. Well, it's still fun.
Okay. Now I'm learning more about you than I want to, but we are going to talk about how Google Earth helps me getting prepared for a fishing tournament, and kind of what you were talking about plays a role in that. So you want to sit down and join me and we can do an episode real quick?
Sure. I love Google Earth.
You guys stick around. Let me kind of get you and Megan caught up on how Google Earth is going to help you prepare for your next fishing trip if you're going somewhere you haven't been, or your next tournament if you're going somewhere that's away from where you live. We'll be back right after this.
That's a lot more productive.
Yeah, than spying on your old boyfriend. Yeah. Welcome back to Mark Fisher Outdoors, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher.
I'm Megan Fuller.
And we were just discussing all the things that Megan thought she was seeing when she was spying on her old boyfriends on Google Earth.
I was not spying on old boyfriends.
She didn't realize that they weren't live images. But let's get into this. They're not live images. However, when you are on Google Earth, what I do is I'm going to West Point Lake in a week or so. And so what I have been looking at is some Google Earth images of the lake when the water was down. Guys, before we get into using Google Earth, if you haven't hit that subscribe button yet, you're kind of late to the party. We need you to get on board. Hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell, the notification, so you know when we put out our videos, and send us a thumbs up, a like, and send us your comments if you have ideas for future video ideas or comments about this video. We'd love to hear from you. So let's talk about Google Earth and how this works. So I'm going to show you, if you want to kind of look at how on the screen what I'm adjusting.
Okay.
And we'll
go from there.
Go from there, right. Okay. So this is a particular point on West Point Lake. And believe me, there are about 1 million different points on West Point Lake. If you zoom out,
it's a really big lake.
It's a big lake, and there's all these different points all over the place that you can be looking at. And that's, I mean, we haven't even gotten, that's the lake, okay? So there's a ton. So zooming in to this particular point that I wanted to call your attention to. Right now, if I'm looking at this particular image, the water is up. But if you look up here, this is as of May 20th of 2000, May of 2016. I can, using Google Earth Pro, I can go and change the images for different years. There's November of 2005. I can go, there's January of 1993.
Gosh, look at how the pixels have changed.
Yeah, right. The quality of the photographs, right. And images. But now, if I'm going to look at that image of February of 2011. See the date up here? February 2011.
Yep.
This water is low. And one of the interesting things that I found in this particular image where the water was low is I've got this particular point has a really nice rock bar that sits out quite a distance from the point, and that rock bar is getting me thinking, wait a minute, that's something that's going to hold fish, especially when it looks like this, where that ledge is actually out over here. And so, you know, that is a piece of underwater cover that I'm going to know about, that my competitors are not necessarily going to know about unless they've done this same kind of Google Earth search.
What if the water is still low at this point in 2024?
Right. I've already checked the water levels and I know that they aren't low.
Okay.
And so that's kind of why I'm doing this. I know where the water levels are now. So everything that I was looking on Google Earth, I was looking at water levels that were lower than where they are now, that would put cover that is currently in the water that might show it because those water levels were lower. So that's what I'm going around doing. And it takes a lot of effort. And this is just one thing that I'm looking for. You know, if I was going to Gunnersville, for example, you know, in the next month or so, I might be looking at where our weed beds, you know, when the water's down, the weeds top out. You know, the water comes down and weeds that are submerged all of a sudden, you know, top out and they're on the surface of the water. So I might be looking for those kinds of things because I know if I'm going to Gunnersville, I'm not necessarily 100% looking for points, although that's not a bad thing to do, but looking for weed flats would be a Gunnersville type of thing to do. And so I might look for low water and look for where the weeds are topped out. In this kind of situation, and remember we did that episode where we're talking about, you know, fish moving in for spawn, points, secondary points, things like that. Those are places I'm going to look. And boy, I'm telling you, if fish are hanging on points and that you got a rocky, you know, a rock pile out on a point, that's definitely going to be the place where those fish are holding on that point. It's a key area to look at. So I'm going around using Google Earth and just marking as many areas that I can find that have some kind of weird rock formation, some kind of fish holding structure that's under the water now, but wasn't back there in 2011 when the water was low. I'm telling you guys, it's something that all the pros do. And it's a way to use Google Earth. You need to use it, from my knowledge, you need to use a laptop. You can't do it on your phone. They don't have the settings where you can go back to different views from the year. But I do think that it's something, you know, you should check out and be aware of in terms of how to do that. Guys, I hope this information was helpful. We're always trying to give you kind of the inside tips. And this is really something, you don't have to be a pro to use this stuff. If you're going on a fishing trip to Gunnersville or some other lake, this is a unique way to not only see what's under the water, but also just get familiar. I know by doing this, I didn't even mention it, but I'm also finding out where's the boat ramp, where are other boat ramps, because that's going to be important to me when I got 3 days of practice. I want to know where not only the tournament site is located, but where's the tournament site located compared to where I'm thinking about going and fishing? Are there boat ramps where I don't have to put in and drive my boat 30 miles? I can just put in this and do my fishing up here in that area. So there's a lot more to it than just looking at the better fishing areas, but all of that goes into it. So use Google Earth to your advantage. I hope this was helpful for you. And stick around tomorrow because we have a new episode coming out tomorrow. We appreciate it. Have a good evening, guys.
Stay channeled.
Welcome back to MFO, everybody. I'm Mark Fisher.
For the record, I never actually spied on it.
Yeah, sure. Right. I'm going to put that in there, too.
And I knew it was never like...
You knew it wasn't live.
Yeah.
Like, where is he? How come there's a strange car there?
Like, what? I thought he had a mustache.